Plaintiff Siobhan Thompson says she purchased an iPhone from the defendant after answering her ad on Craigslist. However, Siobhan claims after she paid for the phone, she discovered it was damaged. But the defendant refused to return her money, so she's suing. Defendant Alexis Brannon claims Siobhan knew the phone had a crack in it, but she insists the phone was in working condition when Siobhan bought it. Alexis claims Siobhan started leaving her threatening voicemails and text messages, so she's countersuing.
Start with you.
I just first want to start off by saying I'm never going to get involved with Craigslist again because of the simple fact that I was lied to, basically. I was cheated out of my money and I was scammed. To start off, I was researching finding a cheaper iPhone, and I came across Allie's posting. It said, great working iPhone, cracking the screen for $220.
How much are they ordinarily?
$299 for the 16 gig iPhone. But
and how much was this when she was selling it for?
She was selling it for $220. However,
so you're gonna save $50, $60 to buy a phone with a crack in it.
No, that's not the case.
I thought you said it had a crack in it.
It does have a crack.
But that is the case.
I'm just saying that the $299 is to get the iPhone with a contract with AT&T. I wanted to avoid getting a contract with AT&T, so normally when they sell you an iPhone without a contract, it's about $500.
Okay.
So after I started talking to her, we started sending emails, and I was very cordial throughout the entire process. I said, you know, you're really loyal, you're really great for doing this. So we met up that Tuesday, and I saw the iPhone. It was working perfectly. You know, I played games on it, I played apps on it, sent a text message, everything was fine. And then I said, okay, everything looks good to go, everything's fine. I'll buy the phone from you on Saturday. We met at the same place. I gave her the $220, and she just basically slid me the phone on the table. And I noticed that I have the phone right here. It's still doing the same thing.
Notice that it had what?
It had an Apple logo on it, and then it had a bar that said reloading. And I said, well, what's reloading? She said, oh, I'm just taking off my text messages, my voicemail, just for safety reasons. I said, how long does it take to reload? She said, about an hour. I said, I can't sit here for an hour. I have things to do. And so she said, okay, that's fine. Just call me and let me know how you like it. I said, okay, gave her the money. I continued to call her throughout the night because the phone still wasn't working. She wouldn't answer. She didn't respond to my text messages. At this point, I'm furious because it's about...
Have you spoken to her since then?
She responded saying, you must have broken the iPhone. Don't call me ever again.
Okay. That was how long after your purchase?
That night at about 9 p.m.
Okay. Young lady?
Okay. I also want to say that I am never using Craigslist again. I trusted Craigslist, and since I did that, I was threatened. I was harassed.
All right, but you all can't blame this on Craigslist. Everyone that goes on Craigslist doesn't have this experience, so that's unfair to them. And I think most of the people who deal with Craigslist have a very good experience, from my understanding. Go ahead.
I have threatening text messages, a threatening email, where she's saying that I don't know.
Tell me what happened first.
I put the ad on Craigslist. There was this crack in the screen. Everything worked fine. The touchscreen worked. We met up on that Tuesday so she could look at it, so she could play with it, play around with it, make sure it worked. So we met, and I offered to stay there and wait with her until it reloaded.
Did she?
I do not remember her saying stay here and wait.
You don't remember? All right.
No, I do not.
She says she did.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then so she said that she couldn't do it. I had to be at work a little bit later that night. So about 3 hours after we met, I get phone call after phone call after phone call, and I'm not able to answer because I'm at work. So then I start getting threatening voicemails, which then I call my dad, who's a Denver police officer, to ask him what I should do about it.
No.
How do you know whether she called her dad or not?
I'm saying she didn't get threatening voicemails at that point.
Okay.
At
that point?
I'm saying the next day I did send her messages saying, you don't know who I know. Plain and simple.
You threatened her? Go ahead.
So I was
called your dad.
I was terrified. So I went to the hotel that my parents were staying at. They wanted to have a nice evening alone. I called my dad. I didn't know what to do. They told me to come to their hotel, which my mom listened to all the voicemails, read all the text messages.
Come on up. State your name.
My name's Donna Brannon.
You tell me what you want me to know.
Well, as Ali stated, on the day that she sold the phone, and she called me shortly after the phone was sold and said everything went fine. So she calls and wants to speak to her dad. And I can tell by the tone of the conversation on the end that I'm hearing that he's concerned about something. He gets off the phone and says that she's coming down to the hotel because she's getting threatening text messages and she's concerned. And
Let me ask you, did you encourage her, or young lady, did you ever think to just go and give the woman her money back to avoid all these problems?
And at first I did. I was going to work with her, but then she started threatening me, so I just said, forget it.
Did she ever offer?
She said, if you go to the Apple store and they say that it's broken, I'll give you your money back.
Did
I
you?
said, absolutely. I went to the Apple store. I texted her. I said, it's not working.
What did they say was wrong with it?
They put it on. They tried to put it on their computer and work with it. They said, you know what? It's not even coming into our system. It's that damaged. It's not working. They gave me a bunch of options. They said we can send it in and have it, and have it get worked on for you, and then we'll send it back to you. But that's another $200.
Yeah, man, why didn't you just give her money back and you take it to the Apple store?
And I was going to work with her. I really was. But then that's when the
Why would she
threatening came
resort to threatening you if you had agreed to get the phone back and pay her money back? What was there to harass you about?
I don't know, but I wasn't responding. So then that's when I was getting the threatening messages, and I just said,
Why
forget
weren't you
it.
responding?
Because I was at work.
No.
Okay, but you just said that you had agreed to work it out by giving her money back. Didn't you just tell me that?
Yeah, but I wasn't setting up a time to meet with her yet. So then,
Whatever it was, if you tell somebody all she wanted was your money back, right?
That's it.
And you said you was going to give it back to her, right? So why are we here? Give her a phone back. $310 is your judgment. You got your phone back. The same deal you all worked out. Isn't it? Isn't it the same deal?
Yes, that's all I want.
Isn't it the same deal?
yes, sir.
Judgment for the plaintiff. Your counterclaim is dismissed for $1,000. There's nothing to enforce.